Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at creating a domain controller. So I've got a fresh install of Windows Server 2016, but I believe the process is similar in 2019. In fact, I know it's similar in 2019 and Server 22, and the same kind of thing in Server 2012 if you are still running or you have a copy of that. Now, first thing we're going to want to do is change the name of our computer and assign an IPv4 address. So let's start with the IP address. So I'm just going to right click, go into properties and go to Internet Protocol TCP IPv4 and click on properties, and I'm going to use the following IP address. So 192.168.25 would help. 25.1. My subnet mask is 240 and the gateway is 14 on my one. You can get these from the router you're using or the network design that you may have done. And for the DNS, I'm going to do 127.0.0.1 and then 8.8.8.8. And then I'm going to click OK and then close. So I'm just going to click no, because I don't want it discoverable on the network, but as you can see now we have internet access, which is good. Second thing you're going to want to do also is make sure that your server software is up to date, which I will do at a later one. Next thing you're going to want to do is change the computer name, and you just click on the computer name up there. That brings up the system properties box. Click change, and I'm just going to call this SHDC01. You can name it whatever you want to, but obviously the name should reflect what the server is. And in my case, it is going to be domain controller 01. Then I'm going to click OK, and it will prompt that you need to restart your computer to apply the changes. Just click OK on that, then click close, and then click restart now. Once server's restarted, obviously just log back into it with the administrator password that you created when you set the administrator account up. Then I'm going to click on local server, and then now what I'm going to do is click on manage on the top right, and then click on add roles and features. Then just click next. Once you've read through, it just basically reminds you that you need to have a strong administrator account password. Static IP addresses and network settings have been configured, and the most current security updates from Microsoft Update have been installed. So if you need to do anything, just close it and then start it again. Otherwise you can just click next. Ooh. Quite what happened there. Just click next. We're going to do a role-based or feature-based installation. So just click next. Select the server from the server pool, or select a virtual hard disk, we want to select the server from the pool, which is this one here. And then what we're going to do is click on Active Directory Domain Services and then click on Add Features. Now this is just letting you know what it's going to install. So you click OK. Then we click Next, and then we click Next. Then we click Next. And then restart destination server automatically if it is required. So we're just going to click on Install. Depending on your system, it does take some time. Once completed, you can click Close. And then we get the notification that configuration required for Active Directory Domain Services at SHDC01. So now what we're going to want to do is promote the server to a domain controller. Just going to drag this box in the middle there. So we got the options here where we add a domain controller to an existing domain. This is what you're going to be using if you're creating a secondary domain controller. I'll cover this in another episode. Add a new domain to an existing forest. This is if you already have a domain and you're creating a subdomain or another domain within that domain. Or we're going to add a new forest. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to add a new forest because we've got a brand new domain. So, root domain name, I'm just going to call this, I don't know, let's call it steve.lab. Just going to put that into lowercase, so steve.lab, click Next. And we're just going to leave this pretty much as it is. If you're going to be creating a read-only domain controller, you would tick this box down here. But we'll go into that when we do that in another episode. So what I'm going to do now is type in a DSRM password. This is a password that you will need to write down and keep safe. Then we're going to click Next. And then this is just letting me know that we haven't configured a DNS server at this time. So what we need to do is install that. And then additional options. This is going to be the NetBIOS name or the domain name. The NetBIOS domain name, so a friendly name, if you will. So we're just going to go with Steve. But you can alter it if you don't like what it actually what it's offering you. Then we're just going to go and review all the options. So this is what we're going to be creating. The new domain is steve.lab. This is also the name of the new forest. NetBIOS name is Steve. Forest functional level Windows Server 2016. Domain functional level Server 2016. And yep, I'm happy with all of that. Going to click next. Now it's just going to do a quick few prerequisite checks. And all prerequisite checks pass successfully. Click install to begin installation. These warnings are just basically here. There's not really anything you need to be worried about at this moment, but it's worth just having a quick read through and seeing if there is anything you want to do. It does let you know if you click install, the server automatically reboots at the end of the promotion operation. This reboot does take some time, so allow yourself about 15 to 20 minutes to do this task. Okay, welcome back. For me, that took about 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. So anyway, to log back in, you just click the Control-Alt-Delete, or if you're using a VMware player, this little icon up here. And then it's still the same password as the administrator password that you set up when you first installed Windows Server. So there's no change there, which is why the password needs to be secure. Oh. There we go. Now when we log back in, we're logging back in under the new domain. So we're now part of steve.lab, if I remember correctly. So if you look here now on the domain, we've got the domain steve.lab, and we should find, apparently there's no network access, which is a little bit bizarre. But yeah, as you can see now, we now have a domain controller steve.lab, and if we go into the Active Directory users and computers, we can see that we've got steve.lab. Just expand this, and if we click on domain controllers, we can see that shdc01 has now been added into the domain. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode. In the next episode we'll go into how to create users and passwords, and apply objects into this, and how to enroll a computer onto the domain. Cheers for watching, folks. As always, if you found this useful, hit that like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next one.